Good morning, guys. I figured today I'd take a little time and give you a tour of Wayfarer's Haven. You've probably seen the video on my channel if you've been looking, Beast Lord and Velks. Well, that's my main in Wayfarer's Haven, 65 level Beast Lord. It's a EQ emulation server, and if you go to this page right here, wayfarershaven.com, this will give you need to register, make you an account, and you'll only ever need one account. In this particular EMU server, they promote three boxing. I mean, you don't have to. You can go in, make one character, like I did at the start, and a buddy of mine, and then just slowly work your way into two boxing, maybe three boxing, if that's your thing. It does help when soloing if you're in a particular instance or situation, but you'll only ever need one account because they have a little tab here called Game Accounts. Once you've registered, you can go under this Game Accounts tab and make as many individual game accounts as you want. You can only ever have 3 accounts active at one time on the server, not counting your Bazaar traders. And if you make a Bazaar trader level 1, take him to the Bazaar. Once you zone in, you'll be prompted. There's some yellow text on the screen that tells you how to lock that character in as a Bazaar toon. What it does is it flags the character as like a PvP red tag, and it's never allowed to leave the Bazaar again. That can be your trader. Now that character can stay up at any time, all day, 24 hours, even if you have 3 accounts running at the same time that you're playing on. And you can also have multiple trader accounts, just like you can regular accounts. Excuse me. But once you register, this will be your home page. You have other things like server resources. This is great. They have a deal called Haven Al Cologne, or All Cologne. If you remember the old Alakazam site back in the AEQ days, this is basically like a clone server for that. But it pulls data and info straight from the Wayfarer Haven website. If you're ever doing a quest, I mean, you can go to these other websites that are like EQ Fanbyte and stuff like that and get the knowledge of the quest, where to go, what to do, all this. But if you're looking for a specific item, say I was doing a Beast Lord Ogre noob armor quest once, and when I got to the weapon version, I had to have snake fangs off of a tree snake. Well, I know tree snakes are in a lot of zones, especially South Row, which they used to swarm near the Inethul swamp. I went there and there was like 2 snakes, one coyote and the static skeleton that had always been there. So I'm thinking, what's going on? Well, after talking to one of the GMs, I found out about this. Our clone pulls straight from the database. So if you want to go find a specific mob and make sure it drops the specific item that you need, go here, look up the mob, and it'll tell you exactly where it drops, which zone. Save you a whole lot of running around and looking. And they have another option called the Bazaar. Now, Wayfarer's Haven works off of 2 clients, I believe. They have a version 2 and a version 3. Version 3 is the new one, which most people play off of. But only version 2 had some kind of coding where if you're in the Bazaar, you can type in the Bazaar commands and do a Bazaar search while in the game. Most people who do traders will use that version 2 to log in on their trader so that they can search, without being on the web also. But I'm not sure if that's still even working right now. I think there was something on a patch where V2 didn't work. I'll have to look that up. But if not, what you can do is come right here. You click on Bazaar. It's going to open up a Haven Megalo Bazaar tab. You can look up specific sellers, the name of an item. You can select class, race, slot, stats, type of weapon, minimum price, maximum price, and you do a search. For instance, I'm going to go, let's look up. I'm going to be logging in on my Bard because it's easier to get around and show things. So let's do Bard, half elf. Let's do a primary search. Bam, see? It's going to tell you all the items, prices, and the seller that has it up. So you find something you want, you log in, you go to the seller, you buy it. You can see offline what all these sellers have. I think there was a little dagger I was going to grab just for the heck of it. Where does it go? Harmonic dagger. See there? And if you click it or left click it, it opens it up. And if you want to look at like the Sean's Clash, I would right click, open in new tab, and there you're at an EMEO description page. But you can look up players also. For instance, let's go with my Beast Lord, Serish. See, it's going to bring him up. Now the Megalo automatically pulls from the game. So it gives you the characters inventory. I mean, it'll never show your platinum and all that. But it does show all your bags. You can open up each bag slot. It shows your bank. It's like the old Megalo from back in the EQ days, but you had to make these yourself. You had to set the game code so that it would record all this information for you. Or you can go straight to the Megalo there. So once you get all this set up and you get your game accounts, what I would recommend doing, I learned this from another person in the game. Since you can have 3 accounts up at any time, you never want your characters double stacked. If you double stack 2 characters on one account, then you're having to make a choice at any given time of which one of those characters you want to play. But if you, since you can create as many accounts as you like, you create one account for each character so that you have infinite choices of whatever 3 characters you want active at any given time. Let's see. Another thing, I would name your accounts. I mean, whatever your login name is, I would do something like have the same thing, but like tag on Bard or tag on Beast Lord or tag on Necro, SK, whatever, so that it designates your accounts apart, and it's easier for you to decide, okay, well, I want to play my SK today, so I type in something, something, something SK, or I type in something, something, something Beast Lords, and keep your, I guess, your passwords the same, and it just makes it easier for you to log in one after the other, jumping back and forth to characters. But once you get all this set up, and you log in, you're going to see something like, let me go, start it up. They have their own art. Some of their art is beautiful. And I noticed when I came back from being sick for about 2 weeks, excuse me, let me clear my throat. Sorry about that. I was sick for 2 weeks and I'm still getting over this stuff. I would set it to auto patch. And when you bring this up, give it a second, because sometimes it's like a delay, and then it'll start auto patch, and they're never very long, or you can just patch it yourself. You're going to hit play, and it's going to bring up your login screen. Now you're going to accept Sony. Now I'm going to pause this here because nobody wants people to see their login info, so just give me 1 second to get. Okay, once you get to your login screen, you're going to be on this Legends server, Wayfarer Havens. This is the one you're going to choose, the one up here, not the preferred server down here. The Legends, hit play. This is the new art they had when I came back. It's kind of like an anime version of EverQuest old login screens. And the GMs on these servers are amazing. Trust runs it. Regent, Behemoth, and there's a couple other ones I can't remember right offhand. There's always a presence in the game. So if you need any help, you can send them a direct tell or do a /guide. In the old EQ, it was a /petition. And this server, it's /guide, then whatever your necessary need is, and enter, and they will get back to you pretty quickly from my experience. Now today we're going to log in on Dazzler. This is my Bard. Just to give you a little tour. I like my Bard. Okay, inner world. Like I said, GMs are extremely helpful. This entire server is extremely helpful. People will help you from the get-go. But what I would do when your first character is made, you're going to enter your noob area, of course. Now you can either just start doing your questing right then, or you can find the POK book, go to Plane of Knowledge, and go to the what they call the small bank if you need like a sow or you want a few buffs, something to help get you started at the beginning. This is Dazzler. This is the Bazaar. It's the old school Bazaar, the original Bazaar, before they did all the spiral and weirdness of live. You know, I forgot to look at the name of that dagger. Let me see. Hold up 1 second. We're going to go back here. Who had that dagger? Harmonic dagger sold by Chom. Okay. So let's find Chom. Either I can track Chom, since I am a Bard. Ahead and to the left. Straight ahead. Alright. Where is Chom at? There he is. Alright. Harmonic dagger. Ooh, I barely got enough on me, but I got it. So I have that dagger now. I wonder what that looks like. Nothing special. And of course, being a Bard, you can wear the illusion mask just like rogues can. So, female dark elf. And I think I want to do a little travel, so let's do some high flying. Cellos and levitate. But yeah, this is the Bazaar. You want to come here if you want to buy any loots or see what people have for sale. Now, good thing about this server, every Sunday, unless something in real life affects it, the guild train has this thing called Copper Mart. It helps out a ton of low level characters. Higher levels have a lot of gear that they just pass down or donate. And what Copper Mart is she'll pop on a 7. You have to find her. It's kind of like a little hide and go seek thing. She's somewhere different every time. And it's a real civil event. Everybody finds her and they get in line. Once you get up to her and she starts her auction, you're allowed to buy one item at a time for 1 copper. Everything she has is 1 copper. And I mean high-end gear. I mean, some items can be worth thousands of plat, but they're only 1 copper because they were donated to the cause. And that allows new players to get starting gear a little faster than, normal, to get into the game, experience it, and have fun. And it's just like a little social event every Sunday. And you'll get in line, you'll buy your 1 item. Every now and then she'll have another character over there called Krusty that has a little bit lower item gear on it. You can look at that one if you want also. Buy 1 item for 1 copper, then you can get back in line. And once you make it back up to her, it's rinse and repeat. You do it all over again. 1 item for 1 copper, get back in line until the event's over or there's no items left or, whichever comes first. But it's a great deal for new players starting on a game. Even old players, say you got an alt you started, then you need to get a little gear because you're not really rich with your main yet. It helps out. Alright, so we're going to do a little running. We'll go to POK. Now, the thing about this zone, Bazaar, the Nexus, which we're zoning into now. Oh, yeah, illusions don't last through zoning. Plane of Knowledge and Plane of Tranquility. All of these zones have buff locks. For instance, see my timers on my buffs up here? If you're in one of these zones, the times stop on your buffs. You no longer decay or anything. So you can stay up here indefinitely and never lose your buffs. It also allows you to go along and stack buffs at a slower rate, when you can find somebody to give you a buff. And the other one won't fade before you can find the other buffs you need or you want. We're going into POK now. See, here's another Summon a Beach. I know this guy. High level Beast Lord. Is his main, or was his main. Let's see, let's go a little dark elf again. This is POK. Once you come in from your noob area, if you're starting out, if you just want to level, that's fine, that's great. There's a soul bonder right here that you can bind yourself in POK. And look at there's Regent. I'd say the main GM of all time. He's up right now, always here to help. Go up through here, and this is what they call the small bank. Usually there's a lot of people either AFK with their trios. See, there's a lot of AFK going on right here, but if you come here and you do a /OC looking for Sal, looking for buffs at small bank SB, usually somebody's going to pop up and give you some buffs if you need them. And that's a great thing in this game. /OOC out of character down here, it's server wide. It's not just limited to the zone that you're in. Shout is limited to the zone that you're in. That's the only one I think I've found, other than say or whatever. But OOC, you say something in OOC, anybody in the game, any zone, anywhere, sees your message. And you could have somebody leveling in another zone, but they have an alt camped right here. A lot of people are good enough to take the time to log on that alt and give you a buff. See, a lot of these are trios, people running 3 at a time. There are some people that, like me, who prefer to run 1 at a time every now and then. I just recently, or a few months ago, actually started 3 boxing here and there. But once you come into this server, everybody's going to try to help you. Well, most of the time they're going to try to help you. But I wouldn't go bumming for gear. That's one thing I never liked, was first level character, instantly in POK, new to server, anybody got hand-me-downs. That's just, it's not cool. Level. When people see you leveling and trying to get experience, they will help you. They will just, you'll get gifts or anything like that. But like with me, if I see somebody trying to get experience, not just trying to get loot, then I'm going to give them something to help them out. And there's a guild here. I used to be in it. Elemental Fury. Guild leader is Lavender Sky. Kudos to Lavender Sky. This is about the most helpful person on this entire server. She will buff the crap out of you. If you need anything, ask her, get to know her. Even join her guild if she offers. It's a nice guild. It's great for starting players. But she hangs out right here. She calls this her porch. You see, Elemental Fury. A lot of the guys are hanging out here right now from the guild. And if she's not right here, yep, she's usually right back here. There she is, Lavender Sky. Cheers at Lavender Sky. She is a great help in the game. Either through getting temp, virtue, her clerics right over here. I think probably one of the oldest players on this server. So yeah, look her up. I mean, don't just go bugging her day in, day out for buffs, but yeah, I mean, usually she will find you before you find her. That's how it usually works. When I came back to this, it'd been so long since I seen this zone. You get all these nostalgia feels, but it's a great server to be on. Very helpful. And what's great, hey, look here, there's Vanna White. What's great about this server too is a lot of people will be leveling. They'll be in a different zone and they'll have items drop. Well, instead of just letting those items rot, they do a /OOC. They link the item, and it's first come, first serve. If you can get to that zone and loot that item, which is usually very fast, it gets taken quick. But items are dropping all the time. People are linking them, saying, get here, get it before the timer's out. I've got a couple items on my Beast Lord that, works like that. But yeah, if you like EQ and you want an EMU server, it's a great place, great community to have fun. I would try Wayfarer's Haven. I'll do more videos on it with my Beast Lord or Dazzler or my Cleric, and eventually, so I'll show you some different areas. I might even go to Seb. I just gotten the Seb key on all of them a couple weeks ago before I stopped playing it. Didn't stop playing it, I just took a break, being sick and everything. But hopefully this helped. Go to that website, log in, create you an account, create as many additional accounts as you want. And you saw in Bazaar how the red tag names on the Bazaar sellers, those characters can be up at any time, no matter if you have 3 player characters up or not. Yeah, make your character. I'll do some little starter quest characters, I believe, also. Like, start a ranger, start a druid, or something like that, and from scratch, meaning rely just on my buffs, maybe, other than Sal maybe up front. But doing the noob quest in the area, killing things, grabbing the items I need, doing the turn-ins, the molds. The starter noob armor is actually pretty good, especially at this time in the game. Yeah, I love my bard. Alright, guys. I'm going to cut this one short, but I hope whatever I said helped. I hope to see more people on Wayfarer's Haven soon. It's a great server. Great fun. Great support. And the GMs listen to you. If you find a bug, let them know. Don't exploit anything. Honestly, I was banned for a week. It was actually only 3 days, but it ended up being a week because, I got a little hot-headed about an issue. Shouldn't have, but I didn't think it was an exploit, but apparently it was an exploit. So if you find something that you think is an exploit, let them know. They'll research it. And they have a deal called glitch coins on here too. So if you find an exploit and it turns out to be an exploit or a glitch in something and you're the one that turned it in, they'll reward you with things called glitch coins. And if you get enough, you can go to a glitch coin vendor and get specific items created for this server, that rewards you for helping them fix code, things like that. Like a lot of these quests, I've been doing a lot of noob armor quests just to do them and experience them, and I have found some, not glitches, but drop rate issues because not a lot of people do those noob quests, so they didn't know about it. And Regent has fixed a couple of the drop rates on certain items just because I've, given them the info on it. So, like the snake fangs for that Beast Lord weapon, they had a really, really low drop rate, so he got the drop rate bumped up to help out. Alright, guys. Till next time.